Morning to all of you. Uh, Today we are discussing about one very interesting topic. That is, why is India a mega biodiversity country? While discussing the biodiversity, I have justified that because each and every slide which I have shown you on one side, I have written it as India great, the great India. Now again, we have to rebrush what we have discussed in the last class and justify why the India is known as a mega biodiversity country. Because to name a country as a mega biodiversity country, it should fulfill some of the characteristic features in the world scenario. Only if we are able to fulfill those criteria, these are all natural criteria, none of them are man-made. Uh, that's why it is pertinent for us to know why we are known as a mega biodiversity country, and certainly we will try to justify it with the help of the slides. Now, we should know why India is known as mega biodiversity country, or what are mega biodiversity countries. So, it's a group of countries all over the world which which sustain or harbor Earth's species and highest number of endemic species. A country which is having highest richness of species and highest number of endemic plants and animals, they are known as mega biodiversity country. You cannot name any country as a mega biodiversity country unless it is having highest richness of flora and fauna and endemic species. Most of the countries which are grouped under this mega biodiversity banner, they are mostly tropical and subtropical countries with one or two exceptions. So, in 1998, Conservation International has categorized or identified something 17 mega biodiversity countries all over the world. So, all over the world, we have around 17 mega biodiversity countries, and India is one among them. So, as I have already told you, most of those countries which are uh, bannered under this mega biodiversity country, they are located in or partially in the tropical and subtropical region. Because of the tropical climate and subtropical climate, which favors the uh, richness of species as well as highest level of endemism. So mega diversity means the one which is exhibiting great diversity. It is always incomparable with the other nations of the world. To designate a country as a mega biodiversity country, there are certain criteria. Main criteria is endemism. All of you know the endemism is nothing but the species with restricted range. That is, they should found only in certain pockets or only in that country, not elsewhere. Then you call that animal as endemic to India or endemic to Western Ghats or endemic to northeastern Himalaya. Like that you can designate, provided they are found only there. So one is highest level should be highest level of endemism with respect to species, genera, as well as the families. There should be highest level of endemism. Then usually there are certain criteria. A country to be named as mega biodiversity country, they should have at least 5,000 species of endemic plants, and it should be bordered by marine ecosystem, not only the terrestrial ecosystem, even surrounding that or at least uh, adjacent to that, there must be a marine ecosystem, oceans or seas should be there. See here, the countries which are painted with green, they are designated as mega biodiversity country. Somewhere here, the equator passes. See, on either side of this and that, you can see the highest level of this mega biodiversity country. These mega biodiversity, what are those mega biodiversity countries? Australia, Brazil, China, Colombia, Democratic Republic of Congo, Ecuador, Madagascar, Malaysia, Mexico, Papua New Guinea, Peru, Philippines, South Africa, and two more are added to make it 17, United States and Venezuela. These are the 17 countries which are considered as or named as mega biodiversity country. So among this mega biodiversity country, Brazil ranks first among the 17 and India is in the 8th position. 8th position, and Brazil is the first country. Then the countries which are ranking before India are Colombia, Indonesia, China, Mexico, Peru, and Australia. They have more endemism as well as the richness of the species. So that's why they are uh, above that. Brazil, Colombia, Indonesia, China, Mexico, Peru, and Australia. Now, what we have to do is we have to justify India is a mega biodiversity country. Why it is so? Basically, India is a mega biodiversity country. We have three biodiversity hotspots, hottest hotspots. This is that is within India. In this range, in these hotspots, the diversity is highest or highest amount or level of biodiversity you can see in these three regions. So that's why they are called as hot spots, or nowadays they are called as hottest hotspots of biodiversity. And along with that, India has 8% of all world mammals, 13% of the birds, 8% of reptiles, 6% of amphibians, and 6% of all plant species population we have in India. And among them, most of them are found in the tropical rainforests, evergreen forests, especially in the Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats, and in the some forests of foothills of Himalaya. You can expect. India has more than 500 wildlife sanctuaries and 13 biosphere reserves. Wildlife sanctuaries are the reason where the wildlife is given strictest protection. Everywhere the wildlife is given protection, but within the wildlife sanctuaries, the uh, intensity or the level at which the protection is given is really high compared to the rest of the places. So now India has more than 500 wildlife sanctuaries. Not only that, even we have 13 biosphere reserves. Biosphere reserves are the geographic area where this entire topography, geography, uh, landscape, then animals, plants, everything is protected. That is what you call the biosphere reserve. So if you glance at the biodiversity in India, we have 386 mammalian species, out of which 41% are highly threatened. Threatened means they are facing the danger of extinction provided no management measures are employed. So that's why 41% of the mammals out of 386 mammals they are threatened. We have 1,219 species of birds, out of which 7% are threatened. But this rate increases when you go to reptiles, birds, and freshwater. Reptiles, 495 species, almost 500 species, out of which 46% are threatened. Amphibians, we have more than 207 species, more than half of them are threatened. Even if you look into the freshwater fishes, which are found in the rivers, lakes, swamps, puddles, in the freshwater, 70% of them are highly threatened. Now, what are those endemic species? For example, a small list of the species which are highly threatened. Like, though I'm going to discuss about that in detail when I take up the next class, but here there's a list of animals which are endemic, which are found only in this region. Either Jenkins shrew or lion-tailed macaque, leaf-nosed bat, Indian flying squirrel, Nilgiri thar, all of these photographs which you can see, or Salim-Ali's fruit bat, Gondwana soft-furred rat, they are all endemic. They are found only in this region, not elsewhere. Or Nilgiri leaf monkey, Nampada flying squirrel, Nilgiri thar. Out of that, many are critically endangered. They are only in few in number. If you do not protect them, that entire species will be wiped out. Like Jenkins shrew, Salimali footbat, Nampada flying squirrel, pygmy hog. These are critically endangered. We have maximum number of endemic plants, endemic organisms. The problem with the endemic organisms are they are found in this small pocket. If at any disturbance happens in this small pocket, this will totally wipe out that species. Even many of the um, animals from India, they have it has been wiped out. No Indian cheetah, it has been extinct. Extinct means the one which has totally perished forever. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಇನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲೂ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ಸಿಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ದ ಏಷ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಚೀತಾ ಆರ್ ಜಾವನ್ ರೈನೋಸರ್, ಸುಮಾತ್ರನ್ ರೈನೋಸರ್, pink headed duck, these were there in earlier. Something few years back, they were exterminated, totally exterminated from India. Now we have richest endemism. At the same time, we have lot of biodiversity hotspots. Uh, this hotspot is the biogeographical reason, very significant because of the biodiversity, richness of the biodiversity. And then there, many of the species which are found there are highly threatened. This concept of hotspot was first introduced by Norman Meyer in a paper that he published in Nature Journal. This hotspots, it provides an opportunity for us to protect the diversity on the life on the earth, because this is the region where maximum richness of the species you can see, and at the same time many of them are threatened. So is there any criteria to declare any area as hotspot? So basically it should meet two criteria. One is it must have at least 0.5% or 1500 species of plants, endemic plants, and place which has lost at least 70% of its primary vegetation. Only what is left is relics. So if any place having maximum diversity and maximum individuals in that area are threatened, and 36 hotspots have been identified all over the world, and these sites support, if you club all these 36 hotspots, 60% of the world plant, bird, reptile, mammal, and amphibian species are found in these hotspots, or they are found in these hotspots also. Now, the hotspots, lot of conservation efforts are going on here, either by the World Wildlife Fund or Critical Ecosystem Partnership Fund or by BirdLife International. Like there are certain countries. In India, where do we have the hotspots? The one which is shown with this red mark. One is the Himalayan region, this region. Uh, that includes, of course, part, it runs like this because it is sharing with that. Pakistan, Tibet, Nepal, Bhutan, part of China and Myanmar is also included here. Another one is the Indo-Burma. Totally there are four actually. It is the entire northeastern India, this part, except Assam and Andaman group of islands. That is separate. also includes Taiwan, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, and southern part of China. And the third hotspot is Sundalands. It includes here somewhere it comes the Andaman Nicobar Islands. Nicobar Islands, uh, Nicobar group of islands, and Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and Brunei. Then the Western Ghats and Sri Lanka. It includes the Western Ghats from Gujarat to till Kanyakumari and part of the Eastern Ghat also, and then Sri Lanka also. So there are four biodiversity hotspots where two we are sharing mostly with the others, but this Indo-Burma and Western Ghats, these are mostly exclusive, though we share some part with the other countries. Now, having said this, now we should be able to justify why is it correct to name India as a biodiversity, mega biodiversity hotspot or mega biodiversity country. Undoubtedly, we are great. India is rich in biodiversity from north to south and from east to west. Wherever you go, our diversity is very high. We have more than 15,000 species of flowering plants, more than 15,000 of flowering plants and 53,000 of insects, 5,000 species of molluscans, 6,500 species of other invertebrates, 2,500 plus species of fishes, 1,200 species of birds, approximately 450 species of reptiles, and 372 species of mammals, and 204 species of amphibians. Remember, whatever the statistics or data that I have given is the data that is known to us. There are, in the very beginning, I have told you, as far as the biodiversity is concerned, our knowledge with the biodiversity is less than 10% we know. Still, 90% of the diversity is to be explored. So, this is what we know. Based on this, we have uh, that's we have to justify that India is a mega biodiversity country. Altogether, plants, uh, 45,000 plant species is found, which is to the tune of around 7% of the world flora. India stands 10 in the 25 most plant rich countries of the world. Uh, then the problem is to preserve this biodiversity. Uh, in order to preserve, conserve, or to manage, better word nowadays appears to be the management. For management, specific biogeographical in their specific biogeographical zones, lot of biosphere reserves have been formed. I will come to that biosphere reserves. One is the Himalayas, are the major biosphere reserve. It's a diverse. All of you know that it has a very diverse climatic condition, and this is also the home of many unknown endemic and endangered species of both plant and animal. Uh, Biodiversity survey conducted something 10 years back has identified more than 31 mammal species, 209 bird species and 12 reptile species, 9 amphibian species and 125 insect species are highly threatened in the Himalayan region. Among the fauna, 218 species of fishes, 74 species of amphibians, 149 species of reptiles, 528 species of birds, and 241 species of mammals are found here. Out of that, many of them are highly endangered. And if you see, both plant and animal life in Himalaya is totally different. In Himalaya, it is stretching over 3,000 kilometers of northern Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, and northwestern and northeastern states of India. and where the peaks may rise even above 8,000 meters. And even it has a world's deepest river gorges, mountains. Uh, Even it is having the part of Tibet, China, and all those things, northern Kashmir and northern Pakistan. So this Himalaya has more than 10,000 species of plants, out of which 31% are endemic. Mammals 12 are endemic, birds 15 endemic birds, 48 reptiles are named endemic, 42 reptiles are named endemic, and 33 species of freshwater fishes are endemic here. Then the second one is the Indo-Burma. It is encompassing more than 2 million square kilometer. Tropical Asia, Indo-Burma. Six large mammals have been discovered in the last 12 years. Just imagine. Still, it is the most unexplored land of India, especially large antlered mudjack, Annamite mudjack, grey shanked doves, striped rabbit, leaf deer, and so many other. Bird life in this Indo-Burma is incredibly diverse. Almost 1,300 different bird species are there. Even it has many threatened species like white-eared night heron, grey-crowned Crociasis, orange-necked partridges. So this is a Himalayan chain. It is also a continuation of Himalayan chain and includes the part of southern and western Yunnan province of China also. Here, 7,000 plant species are endemic, 73 mammals are endemic, birds 64 are endemic, 204 reptiles are endemic, 154 species of amphibians are also declared endemic, and 553 species named endemic, freshwater fishes named endemic. Next one is the Sundaland. Sundaland, also referred as Sundaik area. It is the southeastern Asia. 25% of Earth's fishes and 17% of birds are found here. It is the home for many of the rarest animals like proboscis monkey, Commodore dragons, Java hawk eagle, barley starlings, pigtail langurs, like that. It has 10% of the flowering species of the world. 60% of vascular plants in Sundaland are endemic. So as the sea level changes, this the flora and fauna composition has also changed. Here, 15,000 plant species are endemic, 172 mammals are endemic. Endemicism is very high in case of amphibians and freshwaters. Then comes the Western Ghats. These are all the hottest hotspots. 1,600 kilometers stretch from Gujarat to Kanyakumari, parallel to the west coast of India. It is the home for at least 84 amphibian species, 16 bird species, and 1,600 flowering plants which are endemic here. The largest and tallest wild cattle, that is the guar or Indian bison in Kadkona and Telangana, they are found in the largest concentration in the Western Ghats. Hornbills of impressive size are also seen here. Nilgiri Thar is found in Tamil Nadu and region. Then Nilgiri martin, they are the common animals here. This is the bird hornbill which I have told you. Nowadays even here also you can see. This Western Ghats is the southwestern India, and it includes Sri Lanka also. Sri Lanka is separated by India by 400 kilometers, and even Sri Lanka is also a part of the Western Ghats hotspot. Here, 51% of plants, 13% of mammals, almost 7.5% of birds, 65% of reptiles, 73% of amphibians, and 73% of freshwater fishes are endemic to this. So that's why India is one of the richest nations in terms of biological diversity. And the climate here we have tropical and subtropical climate we have. We are also having Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep islands which own their own endemic plants. Mountain ranges in the Himalaya, Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats, different climatic reasons, biogeographical reasons. Because of all these things, India is considered as a mega biodiversity country. Uh, Total number of plant species recorded in the world are 250,000. India has around 45,000 plant species. Total number of animal species recorded in the world are 11 lakh 96,000. India has around 86,874. So because of all these reasons, the India is considered as